Good evening, Brad. Now, this Real ID requires a whole other process and a lot more information. We found some people renewing their licenses here had no idea that this was something different than this Real ID. So we're breaking down exactly what you need to know so you don't end up wasting your time in a line like this one.
Standing in here waiting in line, I heard a lot of people say, no, you need to come back with the right documents.
She's talking about the documents to get the Real ID. This one with the gold star, officially in effect October 2020.
Gather all your documents before you get there.
And that's not the only frustration we've heard.
I had a friend yesterday say that I just renewed my driver's license in March, and I had no idea that this was going to come about.
When the Real ID goes into effect, your Illinois driver's license will not get you through airport security or into any federal building or military base.
I fly a lot. I have family all around the U.S., so I guess it's a must-do for me.
You can still access those places with a passport if you have one.
I don't like carrying it everywhere.
And choose to carry it. You can't get the Real ID by mail. You can only apply for it at driver services facilities, not the express locations. You will need proof of identity, like a passport, birth certificate, or permanent resident card. You'll also need to prove your social security number, prove your signature, and your residence. The Real ID is sent through the mail within 15 days. So why the need for this? The man whose name is on your license, Secretary of State Jesse White, has the answer.
Homeland Security established some guidelines for all of the 50 states to abide by.
Guidelines that make ID cards more secure and difficult to forge. This has actually been in the works nationally since 2005.
9/11 really caused the federal government to really look at other ways by which they can make sure that the people who are flying on their airplanes are certified and qualified to do so.
You can find more information on the Real ID, where you can get one, and what you need to bring with you when you head to our website or the CBS 2 app. We're reporting live outside the Thompson Center tonight. I'm Tara Molina, CBS 2 News.
All right, Tara, thank you.
So what's going to happen when Metro cards go bye-bye for subways and buses? It's going to be a little while, but tonight we're getting our first glimpse of what's going to replace the Metro card, which doesn't seem that long ago replaced coin tokens. It's called Omni, a tap payment system, a card or mobile phone reader. It's the future. Testing begins next month. With how it works for us, here's Joe Torres.
Observant strap hangers have already seen them at numerous subway stations across the city. The brand new Omni readers will soon allow riders to pay their transit fare with a simple tap of a mobile wallet, credit card, or Apple Watch.
You don't have to wait in line to fill your card all the time. It's like an easy pass for the train.
The new readers are currently in place at the Bowling Green station and 16 subway stations along the 4, 5, and 6 lines, as well as all Staten Island buses. At the moment, the new readers only work for about 1,200 MTA employees, all part of a month-long testing period.
We anticipate having some variances, not large because we've done such extensive testing already, but that's the goal, to eliminate any potential variances.
The new readers will be available to the riding public at the end of next month. And while many people told us they like the new approach, there are concerns about security.
A little bit because, with all the hacking that goes on, so that's a little nerve-wracking.
And for all you loyalists, don't worry, the Metro card isn't going away anytime soon. It'll be here working side by side with the e-readers until at least the end of 2022.
Well, travel season is ramping up, and with that comes long wait times at the airport.
But one company is allowing you to bypass the security lines for your biometric data.
CBS 2's Chris Holmstrom joins us live now from LAX to explain. Chris.
Pat and Jeff, it is 11:15 at night. As you can see behind me, traffic is bumper to bumper here. But take a look inside the airport. There's also long lines inside there as well. But what if I told you you could bypass TSA security lines? Well, there's a company for that. There's no denying LAX is one of the world's busiest airports, nearly 90 million passengers each year. With that comes long lines, especially with TSA security. Or maybe not.
Clear saves you time at the airport by allowing you to speed through security lines.
But what exactly is Clear? They are a biometric identity company that uses your fingerprints or irises to get through the security process.
Please come a little closer to the camera.
Here's how it works. First, you scan your boarding pass, then either your fingers or your eyes.
Please center your eyes.
Once you are clear, you bypass the ID line and go directly to the next security checkpoint. Howard Cass, the company's executive vice president.
Clear allows you to know with certainty that you're going to get into the security screening process in a really short period of time.
Clear is currently in 28 major U.S. airports and growing. This couple from Arizona has mixed reactions to it.
I think it's pretty cool that they can just scan your eyes, fingerprints, and you just go right on through.
I don't trust a private company having that much of my identifiable information. You know, what are they going to do with it, and how secure is it really? And
a concern some people have, especially after all the recent cyber attacks.
With breaking news, the FBI just announced charges in what it calls a staggering series of cyber attacks.
But should we be concerned about our biometric data? I learned the company has been certified by the Department of Homeland Security as anti-terrorism technology.
We're put under a rigorous set of requirements by the government, and we've checked out with all of them, and we've passed all the requirements that they've put upon us. So, you know, we do all that we can to keep your data safe and secure.
Security expert Adam Coffrin says this is the future.
Society as a whole is moving towards the technology of being really paperless and using things that are harder to fraud at this time, fingerprints and faces.
Coffrin goes on to say that our biometrics are everywhere.
It's easier to counterfeit a paper ID with holograms and some of the security measures, which for TSA, if they're moving people too quickly, might not catch a really good fake or really good fraudulent identification. Whereas with Clear, they're using your biometrics. It's much harder to try to fraud or to fake a fingerprint and an eye scan or a face scan than it is a paper document.
The company claims they will never sell or share your data, but Clear does pay the airport to rent line space. That means for those who don't join Clear, the lines leading to the TSA checkpoint could get longer. Okay, so Clear is not only at airports, they're also at sports stadiums, including the Bank of California. That's where the LAFC plays. They're also at music venues across the country. And as I mentioned in this story, it's a company that will likely continue to grow. Pat and Jeff?
You know, Chris, disclosure, I do have Clear and TSA, but I must tell you, I don't remember how much it cost because I went in through my husband. So can you tell us?
Yeah, so it's an annual membership, and it'll cost you anywhere from $79 to $179. Reporting live from LAX, I'm Chris Holmstrom, CBS 2 News.